A podcast full of mayhem awaits with Stav, Abby and Matt. And it's mayhem at Chemist Warehouse. Stock up and save now with the Chemist Warehouse half-price cosmetics sale. Stav, Abby and Matt.
Brisbane wakes up with Stav, Abby and Matt on B105.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for downloading our podcast today.
Or streaming it. Do you have to download it?
Yeah, I guess you're listening.
I think we prefer you to download it.
I think it's both. If you just hit play, it still counts as a download.
Well, thank you for you. We've got Reece Walsh, star of the Broncos. He said he started training again. That's good.
Yeah. Yep, they start him low when they've...
What was his injury, by the way?
His knee.
ACL?
I don't know exactly. Something knee-ish.
Cruciate ligament.
Ouchie knee.
That's the only one I know, so that's why I was like...
It wasn't an itchy knee, it was an ouchie knee.
Okay, all right, sure.
I've torn the cruciate ligament in my knee.
You have? Did you have an operation
on
for
crutches.
it?
No, I was on crutches for like 4 weeks, 6 weeks.
Oh, see, I thought you always had to have...
I was skiing.
Right. As a kid?
Yeah.
You are correct. The posterior cruciate ligament.
That hurts.
So 4 to 6 weeks. But he said he was starting to feel a bit better.
That's good. But he came to the Children's Hospital. Some very interesting questions from the kids. They were a lot better than us.
They
You
did a
can hear
fantastic
those
job, didn't they?
in here, yes. Here is the podcast.
Dear Abby.
Sometimes in life, gets real. And that's when you need Abby to help.
I'm trying to help you.
If you've got a dilemma, maybe there's something in your life that you're like, this is such a small thing, I'm overreacting. Maybe I should get other people's opinion. You can send it in, Dear Abby at b105.com.au. A-B-B-Y, by the way, just making that clear. This lady has written, Dear Abby, am I overreacting or is this something that actually needs to be addressed? I was scrolling through my Instagram suggestions when a bikini photo popped up of a girl who seriously looked like she was trying to recreate an attention-seeking Kylie Jenner photo shoot. Okay.
She just described the internet.
But you know those suggestion ones where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, why is that?
On the Explore
Why
page.
is that popping up for me? I clicked on it and bam, there I saw it. My boyfriend had commented with a fire emoji. That stung a little, or actually I should say a lot. But here is the twist. My heart sunk as I scrolled through every single photo and went way, 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 way back. Now I know why this was popping up in my suggestions. I saw a photo of my boyfriend and her. It is his ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
Now, I've known of her, but her handle wasn't actually her... What? Do I keep reading?
Look at this
Oh, my God, you freaked out. Okay. I've known of her, but her handle was not her name, and I've only ever seen one photo of them in holidays. She did not have the sunnies on in this photo. Now, I know social media isn't everything, and maybe it was just a harmless emoji, but I can't help but feel incredibly uncomfortable about it. He obviously wasn't hiding it to make that emoji, because then everyone can see it. I guess they're still like buddies. You know, when you like each other's photos, it pops up, and you always.
But
Maddie's not happy.
I'm insane. I haven't said
that was
anything.
an eye roll for the ages.
You do have those like buddies. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. But I feel like he's giving her the attention in a way that crosses the line. Like deep down, I actually know this considering their history. But now I keep replaying it in my head thinking, oh my God, we live together and we're trying to start a family, but he's not over her. Is she the one that got away? Is she the one that broke up with him? And if she wanted him back, would he just run back to her? I feel like I have to bring it up. Or should I know that I'm still friends with my ex and I would like his photos? Am I overreacting? 131060. Now, this seems like a small thing. I don't think she's overreacting at all.
Okay.
I would be really upset. Now, I'd be really upset because the fire emoji is one thing. Like liking photos, but then to say that's like you still like, oh, wow, you still look hot. That's like, I still really like you. And obviously those photos have been popping up all the time.
Let's get Maddie's opinion.
She's not overreacting, is she? 131060. Maybe you've got some advice for her.
I feel like she's underreacting at the moment. It's one thing to still be following your ex.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't even really like the photo of any other woman in swimwear, whether you've dated them or not before. It sends a pretty strong message.
It does
to the
send a
person
really
you're
strong
with.
message. I would say, but then he hasn't hid it. Does that make any sense? Like, so
That makes it even worse. It's like he wants her to see it.
Well, maybe he doesn't think it's a big deal, though.
Yeah, I would say that would be the thing.
Maybe he's like, oh, yeah, cool, she's in a bikini, well done. Fire emoji. I'm just saying that there is so many guys that would still follow, including my husband. He'd be like, I wouldn't like it. But he's still followed and he's still seen those photos. So if he's still paused on a photo of a model in a bikini, they're still going to pop up on his feed. I'm not going to be jealous over that. But at the same time, he's still followed it. So maybe I should be.
Do either of you follow exes on Instagram or have exes follow you on Instagram?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think I would be friends with exes. But it's what it is. It's the same as walking down the street and seeing someone and going in your mind, oh, they look attractive, but your partner's with you. You don't go up to them and go to that other person in front of your partner.
Thumbs up.
You've got a really nice ass, and then continue walking on. You know what I mean?
How do you bring it up?
More the way. It's more in the disrespect to her that I have a problem.
Wonder if this is him. Like, I wonder if you bring it up, is it really going to change things, or he's going to go, oh, well, you're just jealous. And like, all I'm saying is I feel like it's a huge issue with the relationship and not just a like photo. I know that goes over the top. And you know how I say I like exes photos? I will make, I know this sounds a bit like, oh, okay, cool. But if they were going to be in a photo by themselves at the beach or something, I wouldn't like it. But if they're there with their family and their new partner or anything, I'll like that because that's indicating to me that we're still friends and I like your life and I support your life. But
would you ever give one of your ex-boyfriends a fire emoji?
I would never. If I was going to, I still would have been with them.
Correct. Maybe a vomit one.
Could it be?
Or a bullet. Dodge a bullet.
Could it be, and not to...
Yeah, I know you
cast
wouldn't be.
Aspersions on our ages. Could it be a generational thing though too? Because I don't think younger people would see any issue with that at all. It's just a way of communicating online. Do you know what I mean?
You wouldn't be jealous at all if, like, Kat was liking photos of her ex topless at the beach with a fire emoji.
No, not until we go overseas and she goes out with him on a date.
That actually happened in real life.
To a speakeasy.
And that was her soulmate, right?
That's right. But I'm fine.
Oh, he's pushed that down, hasn't he?
He has. But like anything, it's always bubbling at the surface with him.
Caitlin? Where's Caitlin?
Yeah, good question.
Oh, let's get the young person on.
No young person's
Token young one. She was a ice hire.
What do you feel?
I think it's bad.
Okay.
Would you say it as just he's just liked all the photos, it's not a big deal? Or would you say it as a massive red flag for their relationship?
I'm not really the jealous kind, so I would be like, whatever. But if my friend was telling me this, I'd be like, get rid of him.
Yeah, right.
The only defense I think he might have, he could say, is the fire emoji meant burn in hell.
What did the like mean then?
That he liked that she might be burning in hell because she broke up with him. I don't know. But 131060, what are your thoughts on this one? You know what? If maybe you are like, hey, it doesn't matter. It's just
you can
Instagram.
remain anonymous. If you are maybe a guy or you go and you have liked ex's photos and you're like, it's not a big deal. They like mine. Explain it for us.
We'll get you on next. 131060 here at B105. Guys, Sebastian, this is maybe 15 degrees right now across Brizzy here at B105.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Dear Abby.
Sometimes in life, gets real. And that's when you need Abby to help.
I'm trying to help you.
A problem shared is a problem halved. I think that's how the saying
That's what
goes.
they say.
Yeah, if
Many
you've got
hands
an
make light
issue, you can send it in Dear Abby at b105.com.au. I've got one from a girl that wants to know, is she overreacting or should she bring this up? She had a photo suggested on Instagram, which can I just say, Instagram suggestions, that is cruel. Because a photo popped up of a girl in a bikini. She looked at it and then bam, it was like her boyfriend had done the fire emoji. Ash wanted more detail. She's like, was it the smoking emoji or the fire emoji? I'm like, don't they mean the same thing, really? But she was like looking through all these photos, trying to work out why her boyfriend had done that. Ends up, it's her boyfriend's ex. She's like, well, they've got history together. Do they just, like each other's photos? Or should I actually bring it up? Because is she the one that got away? That's what I'd be concerned about. If you've never asked about them, but then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, do you still have feelings for them?
And when the fire emoji was done, this week's sort of thing?
I didn't ask.
Not from way.
Well, it was a recent photo, so it has to be, yeah.
Eve.
Hey guys,
What
it's
are
got to
your
stop.
thoughts?
It's definitely got to stop. Look, boys don't think that hard about things, so he probably isn't thinking about it that deeply, but girls do, so she will take it. Like, he still likes my post, she'll show all her friends and go, guys, he still wants some of this, and that's not nice for a girl to hear about and have that, like, thought about her as the girlfriend.
That's such a good point. I didn't think about what she thinks about him doing the fire emoji.
Yep, for sure. Girls think about stuff so deeply. He probably is just scrolling and liking without thinking, but she's definitely got to bring it up to him and explain that point of view to him.
That's so weird. Do you guys not share something like that and overanalyze with your friends for weeks?
Yeah, exactly. Like on the hot girl walks, you got to share everything.
Yes.
And that's the kind of stuff girls talk about.
On the what?
Hot girl works. When you're walking together and you bring up something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like our chubby man strolls that we have.
Oh, those.
What do you guys talk about?
Stuff.
Yeah.
Bits and pieces.
Yeah. How many fire emojis we put on X's photos on Instagram?
Yeah, not that much.
No. Interesting point of view, though. I like the fact that Eve is definitely going, look, he's not doing it to hurt anyone.
Maybe
He
not.
just doesn't-
Yeah, he hasn't thought about
Hasn't
it.
thought about it. James and Mitchelton, interesting to get a guy's point of view. What do you think?
Oh, look, I don't think this is an issue. I mean, Abby said that she'd like her ex's photos too. Like, if she's doing it, what's wrong with him doing it? And if she doesn't want it done at all, then they need to talk about it and neither of them do it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What do you think, though, the fire emoji specifically on a bikini photo?
Oh, but who knows what she would put on her ex's photo? It could be a fire emoji on if he's in board shorts or something. Like,
Yeah. Because she did
It's not
say
a
that
big
she
deal.
does the same thing.
Well, she's like, yeah.
I think she said liked. I don't know if she's
Is
upset
that
by
the huge
this.
difference? Like,
Yeah.
if he just liked it, you'd be okay with it, but it's a fire emoji.
I still wouldn't like it, but that's the next sort of step. You know, what I
Surely a
mean?
love
'Cause
heart's
people,
more important than a
But
fire.
people meaninglessly tap,
Like,
like,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But to go to a comment
the-
section, you know what I mean? And
The
write
fi-
that. You could have put a surfboard emoji on there.
Or the bikini emoji confirming that you have seen said
Going
bikini.
to the beach. Surfs up.
All right. B, what do you think about this, B?
Hey, so I've just spoken to my husband and he's compared it to like going on a game drive where you go, ooh, there's a giraffe. That's a nice giraffe. Don't do anything with the giraffe. Continue looking. There's a zebra.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful zebra. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean you're going to do anything. You're just admiring the picture.
Not going to shoot the zebra.
That is
Not going
true.
to shoot the zebra. That's well, as my wife always says, you can
Yes.
read the menu as long as you eat at home, or she's married, not dead.
I love his analogy that he had to. Yes, that's a good point. So, can you ask him what it means if he's gone one step further then and done the emoji?
I did ask him that already, and he's like, "That's just dumb."
That's
Okay.
just dumb.
I think that's what it comes down to, B.
But then,
Dumb.
is it? Oh, it wasn't a big deal because you would be able to see it.
It's not. You're not hiding it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a DM, would that be even different?
DM
if
would
it
be
was like
different.
a DM saying, "Hey, fire
You
emoji."
looked on that, Mickey. Yeah, that would be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumber then.
Yeah, that's dating the giraffe.
That's dumb.
Dumb.
I would love to know if anyone has looked into the full psychology of the emojis.
I get it, B, and I get what your husband Wes is saying. Go hunting, just don't shoot.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's a really good motto in life.
You can read the menu as long as you eat. I just said exactly the same thing in another way.
Yeah.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
There are certain people that you don't want to annoy in the world. Certain people, like we would know, sound guys. Be nice to your sound guy. Be nice to your cameraman. Be nice to the people that are representative of putting you on screen. The whole crew. You got to be nice to everybody. And I'm finding we've moved to the Gap. And we're close to a place called the Gap Village, which is like a hub. It's a shopping centre. But unlike when we lived in Barton, you would sort of pick and choose where you would go, I'll go to this shop today, or I'm driving past a Woolies, I'll pop in. Blah,
You were a bit spoilt for choice there because it was a bit closer to the city.
Not so much spoiled for choice, but everyone was in pockets. Whereas I go to the Gap Village every day and I get everything that I need. Everything is there.
Okay.
But on going with that, everyone is also there every day that you go. So you start saying hello to people.
It's sounding like when you say village, it sounds like retirement.
It's very much.
Yes.
It's an old suburb.
Okay.
It's very much they have a JP there every Thursday and there's a lineup. But
Is that to change your power of attorney?
Yeah, I think so. So obviously, I have made friends with a very important person in your life, but the bottle shop guy.
Yeah.
And two things happened with the bottle shop guy that I think I might need to maybe branch out a little bit. I'm a huge fan of Shiraz Gin by Four Pillars. It's a delightful drop.
We all
Drink
like it,
responsibly,
don't we?
but
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's aged through wine barrels,
yes.
and it's got a red tint to it. You can drink it neat, and it's just
This
delicious.
is not an advertisement, by the way.
No.
Hashtag spawn.
I know, right?
They would never sponsor him because then they would go out of business.
Have you asked the bottle shop to get it in?
Why aren't we selling much in the Gap anymore? We sponsored Stav. Shut the place down.
So, Kat goes to the bottle shop on Monday and gets a bottle of Shiraz Gin. And we just sort of take it in turns as to who's going to buy that week's bottle. And the attendant there at the bottle shop goes, "Do you know Stav from the radio?" And she goes, "Yeah."
Quite intimately.
And he says, "He loves this stuff." Like, he loves it. And she goes, "He's my husband." And I'm feeling quite judged right now. And then we both realised he's only getting the 50% of how much we love it.
Do you know what's really awkward, though? He's telling people that you buy that drink.
Yeah, I know.
Like anyone that's bought it, he said that Stav buys it.
Oh, I've got a cocktail named after me.
How far did Kat go? Did she cut him off quick enough to know that he wouldn't say any more offensive? Like, when
no.
someone starts and you go,
Yeah,
like,
let's see where he's
yeah,
taking
you can
Do you
either
know
cross your
that
arms and
Stav
ask,
does?
or you can jump in. So you're like, I just want to give you the heads up.
He loves this drink, and he's a bit weird. Have you ever met him? And she's like,
How far did she let it go?
Why don't you guys buy it online and buy bulk?
We
You ever thought about that?
Yeah, we do that too.
Okay.
Maybe they come to his shop to get it, and that's, you think you're doing it online. Jimmy Brings is just going in there.
Another order for Stav!
Yeah.
Another order for Stav! I got my own back, though, because yesterday I went...
It's not a competition. He hasn't done anything wrong. He's just said that you feel judged. You're keeping his
I'm putting his kids
career
through
alive.
college, 100%.
Does he have a Maserati?
Not yet. Not yet. We've only been there since October.
Why don't you cut out the middleman and just buy him a Maserati?
No, I want the delicious Shiraz Gin. Hashtag spawn. Got my own back yesterday. Made a mistake. Went there. I'd done the shopping. Just wanted to grab. I had a hankering for a Guinness. You know, sometimes you just feel like a Guinness. Anyway, went to get a Guinness, and I had my shopping trolley, and I parked it in the door. They were having a staff meeting, so the entire staff were there, and they were all out the back. There was one new guy serving, and they were all out the back. And I was wandering around having a look at what I could get, and one of the guys has come running out, and I had inadvertently, and I didn't realise I'd done it, I'd parked the trolley in the infrared bit where the...
So it just kept going off the whole time.
But it only goes off out the back. So he was trying to have a staff meeting, and the whole way through it was like, nap, 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 nap.
And they're like, that staff.
But they didn't do anything because I'm keeping them alive.
They had their staff meeting at that time thinking no one will come in at this time.
Well, they opened. I helped them pull up the garage doors.
Even you reckon when they came out to serve you,
You
you
guys
left,
are late.
he walks back out the back. They go, "Who was the idiot who did that?" And he said, "Shiraz Stav." And they went, "Oh yeah, okay, fair enough." They said,
Shiraz Stav. I like
Oh, no.
it. I like it. Gonna have to change the billboards.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
We're proud of you making friends.
Thank you. Told him about my platypus.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105. Money talk.
I can write this lunch off on a tax.
Money talk.
Like a tax write-off?
They just write it off.
Write it off what?
It's a write-off. It's tax deductible.
Tax. Gosh, tax has been around forever. Then there's not really anyone that likes it. But, the ATO, they try to do a little bit of a PR campaign, we're the nice guys.
They are the nice guys.
Yeah, they're nice guys.
That's what I meant as well.
Yeah.
I said that first.
What are
That
you
wasn't
thinking?
tone. I said that first.
They heard the tone.
Kiss their
Keep going.
ass as much as you want, but they still get you.
They
Still get you. But this is quite interesting when
And
they
you're
release.
associated with me.
You know when they release like who they're targeting,
Yes.
and it's always funny because my friend did work there and said that is bollocks. They target everything every year, but you know they're like we're going to really focus on this, and they say
Working
that
from home this
yes,
year,
yeah, well things like that. But she was telling me that the data matching software that they have now is really up there. So what you say versus what they can get from the banks.
Or do they really have that, or is that just they release that?
You
and
reckon
that's the
she's
same
lying
as-
to me about that?
Remember growing up how everyone had this house is protected by security camera stickers on their windows?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, even though there was none.
Or telling the kids that there's a purple dye, so don't wee in the pool.
Yeah.
You reckon it's that?
Could be.
No, I think they've actually got the technology to be able to do it.
That's a shame.
Isn't it? Much prefer your version.
But they have revealed as a little bit of a warning the wild work claims that people have put in and the ones that they've gone, no, you can't claim this, so don't even think about it. I remember one year there was a big like designer bags. Can you claim that if it's carrying a laptop?
Yeah, if you can fit a laptop in it.
Yeah, and they're like, so you're only carrying it to work and it's the only thing that a laptop will fit in?
Yeah. No.
No. But it was a nice theory. But apparently a mechanic, this is one of them, a mechanic tried to claim an air fryer, a microwave, 2 vacuum cleaners, a TV, gaming console and gaming accessories as work-related.
So I get the gaming console
Why?
because he's playing GTA 5.
Yeah.
How does that tell you to fix a car?
Well, he knows how it got broken. He's trying to recreate the crash.
Okay, it was denied, Matthew,
Yeah.
because it was just putting in the lunchroom. You can't just put it in the lunchroom and say it's for work.
It was a vibe. He's putting up the workplace vibes.
Oh, ATO, the vibe drop-down menu? No.
No.
Does not exist.
What about the vacuum cleaner, though? If he was using it to clean the office?
Okay, maybe if you were just using it at work, you can't therefore take it home, and wouldn't it have to be an industrial vacuum cleaner?
Air fryers, though, they're so
Stav.
they're so versatile that they can be used for anything. So they should definitely be tax deductible. Think of the electricity you're saving.
You can't.
But what
it
if...
has to be for specific. So if he has his uniform that has his logo on it,
Yeah.
and he's just using it for work, then that's a little bit different.
Maybe in the waiting area for the customers who are waiting for their service, he had tea, coffee, and then one of those amazing little Asian party packs with dim sims.
They are really good.
Prawn bread and stuff. And so they were
fantastic.
able just to make themselves little snacks.
You want me to reach out to the mechanic and say, hey, just think you put it in. Anyway, it was declined because it was personal in nature. A truck driver tried to claim swimwear because it was hot, so where they stopped in transit and he wanted to go for a swim.
They're so mean.
Well, that was denied. Well,
Why?
because that's personal in nature.
No, well,
Wait, swimwear, like when do you ever go, oh, you're a truck driver, obviously you can claim swimwear.
I mean, you don't.
Did it have his logo on it? Maybe that's where.
Exactly.
Maybe if he had his
Yeah.
logo, and when he went home for his personal dip, did he take it off?
On the back, does it say you're following another fox?
Maybe. A manager in the fashion industry tried to claim well over $10,000 in luxury branded clothing and accessories to be well presented at work. That was to attend events, dinners, and functions.
See, I get why that was denied. Because I've seen the photos of people at Fashion Week and they look awful. So you could wear anything from an op shop that does not match, and that's called fashion apparently.
Yeah, but they have said if your deductions don't pass the pub test, this damn pub test, what pub are you going to? Because sometimes my pub will really accept anything.
If there is a pub test that the ATO is saying, that means beer is tax deductible.
Imagine that. Like all this alcohol was tax deductible. You know why? Because we weren't sure what to declare, so we all went to the pub.
Yeah.
And we all decided,
So,
would you do this accepting? And
this was a meeting.
Business meeting.
Yeah.
Don't fall into the trap of thinking you can claim expenses like travel to and from work, childcare costs. These expenses are personal in nature and cannot be claimed. So when in doubt, make sure you check out the website.
I don't claim anything. I'm too scared.
Well, I don't know if you would have much to claim, really.
No, I don't know.
Like Maddie and I bought our own headphones. Yeah. And we only use it for this, but you didn't.
I used the one that the work provided.
Yeah, I think that's what she said.
Yeah, we didn't like the Temu ones.
I'm Temu all the way. I'm Temu me.
Imagine if you claimed your clothes and you're like, I only wear them at work. And in fact, I drive home naked.
You've been following me, man.
It is a bit weird on the cameras, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it is annoying, even the childcare one, right? Like, you can't claim that, right? Because it's personal in nature.
Yes, but it
yet
allows you to do your job.
It allows you to do your job. And then what they do is if you earn more money, the government makes you pay more childcare.
Yeah.
And pay more tax.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So they pick and choose
You pay
what they
tax
want.
on the money you earn. You pay tax on the money you spend. You pay tax on the money that you do for investments.
And then you
that's
die.
another one, by the way. Shares and like cryptocurrency. They don't like it, but still claim it.
Right.
Like meaning any profits you make.
Anyway,
Love them.
I am going to rip up the receipt for that Xbox air fryer
No, I'm claiming my
and
right.
bikini.
I wouldn't be here without it, so
You're going to claim it?
yeah, I'm going to claim it.
And then when they ask you how's it for use for work, what are you going to say?
Abby loves the chicken wings.
And I talked about it on the radio.
That doesn't
Oh,
work.
if that's
You
the
keep
case,
saying that.
I love Maseratis. Do you know Maseratis?
Yeah, they are good cars.
It doesn't
Yeah.
work
And
like
Europe
that.
this time of year,
It's delightful.
European summer.
Yes.
He tried to talk about his daughter on radio so that he could claim her.
They still haven't pinged me.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
A local guy, this is a little bit... I feel sorry for people. You know why? Because I would be in this situation. The amount of times I've gone to, I guess, see healers or the magic pill, as so they call it. And then after you're like, oh, I can't believe I paid for that. Whether it is a psychic reading, a cleansing, a energy aura healing system that I think we got once. Yeah.
What's that involve?
A transcendental
Really
meditation
just,
course.
Oh, no, that's not. It's really they just put crystals and then they say a whole lot of words and then you leave and you go, did I get scammed there? Or do I feel better? And then one of your friends comes out and goes, oh, that really worked for me. And you're like, yeah, me too.
Do you get money back on your health insurance for those ones? Can you scan your Bupa
Sorry,
card?
there's no category for energy healing here.
Really?
There should be.
It should be
But I
included.
feel sorry for people that have gone to see Govindo because he is a astrologer and a current affair caught up with him and was like, you have been scamming people a lot of money because he's been doing readings and then saying, you know what you need? You've got like problems here. I can do a cleansing for it, but it's going to cost $800. This is a bit of them catching up.
This is your advertisement. You claim that you can solve business problems, sexual problems, voodoo. How do you do that?
Sorry for that.
How do you stop separation?
I think you coming from the wrong.
Oh no, Govindu, we know who you are.
No, sorry.
We know who you are.
Just some stellar journalism there, but that's besides the point.
Well, she was chasing him at the petrol station where he'd went after.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have done any of this, would you guys?
Of course, I have not done any of that.
Has your wife?
Oh, did you like
No, but you know what she did do? She has had. She had a
13, 10, 60, if you want to admit something you've done and you just go, oh, I can't believe I've fallen for that. Or you can dob someone else in.
She had a grounding mat on our bed.
They're apparently great.
Oh, of course.
Sorry.
I said to her, "What is
They
this?"
are.
And it was this. Honestly, it looked like a mattress cover.
Yes.
And you plug it into the power point.
It's only got one prong.
Two, I think it had.
No, the
I
other
think.
two are fake because it's only getting the grounding. It's interesting.
Well, if you want, there is one currently for sale if you want it. And I was like, what's it meant to do? She goes, oh, it's because I spend a lot of time inside. I don't get to go outside. It's the equivalent of walking barefoot on the earth.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
You are a moron.
There's a
How much?
there's a
They're
cheaper way to
quite
do that.
expensive, though.
Please don't tell me.
Okay.
Please don't tell me.
But our oils work, don't they?
Oh, and Doda, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Abby.
Back
That's
in
not
the day,
Doda, yeah.
Oh, no, what is it? What was it? doTERRA.
doTERRA. Back in the day when you sort of, in your uni days, you remember when you had the coupon book?
Yes.
You know, and you do anything you could to save some money. Kat and I found ourselves in a high-rise building on the Gold Coast with the promise of a free night's stay at another place. And you about 10 minutes in, you go, oh, this is a pyramid
Was it a pyramid scheme? And you've just...
We need to leave before we put a down
I did
payment
a
on.
past life reading.
Oh, yeah.
And then apparently you take on trauma from your past life. So
Oh.
they tell you what you were. And apparently I was like a dancer in France
Yeah.
doing the high kicks, you know.
Oh, you were one of the
Yes,
can-can girls.
and I broke my back in a past life.
Yeah.
And this is why I carry pain here. And she's like, do you have a sore back? And I was like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
I do. So then she was healing my past lives.
That's the only
It
reason
was
I
very
don't
expensive.
get into the past life ones
Yeah.
because no one's ever just You were Bob. You didn't really do much. And then you died.
You were an
You know,
emperor.
it's always like, you fought in war.
But I know, like, some of them you do feel better after.
Well, placebos.
Yeah, exactly. I have to say that my friend, she was the worst, where she was telling us this, and as she was telling us, we were all going, mm-hmm. She took her dog because her dog had issues, so she took her dog, and here in Brizzy, to a chiropractor. For
A dog chiropractor?
A dog chiropractor for $160. But they ensured her that there was no cracking, like the dog wasn't going to be in pain. But because the dog wasn't relaxed with them in the room, they had to just leave the room while the treatment was taking place.
So they could play fetch for 20 minutes and then charge her $160.
No, they would have massaged the dog.
They would have patted the dog.
No, they do like pressure points in the dog. The dog came back and was feeling
Was it you
great.
who told me the same thing? You had a friend who took their dog to a dog psychiatrist? Or is that story?
That was
And they
that
said,
one. It was a
"You've gotta leave."
chiropractor, psychiatrist, sort of like,
Oh.
yeah. Well, they can't do it as a psychiatrist because how are you supposed to study a mind?
Yeah, right.
But yes, they were a dog healer. So it was $160 each treatment.
I get. You know what though? I guess when your desperate times call for desperate measures, you think about the amount of baby stuff that you bought that you were like, I need this because you're so tired and you just want to do the best you can. So you spend money on stuff, and then 2 years later, you're like, I got.
That's what they always
ripped
say.
off.
They're like the people that spend the most are first-time parents.
Yeah.
By the second time, you go, oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're at your wit's end with something, or you're searching for an answer that it's not until later that you go, I got scammed.
So you never would have paid for a reading?
No. No, like to tell me my future.
Yeah.
No, I've never paid
Would you
for
like
that.
to?
I'll take one, but I wouldn't pay for it.
It would have to be free.
Well, I would want, if they said money
We
back
know what
guarantee.
to get him for his birthday.
No, because I don't know. I think the problem is I don't believe in it enough to go pay for it.
Yeah.
But
What about when we talked to like John Edward and stuff?
yeah, he said some stuff about my dad and that, but then there's a lot of that on the internet that he could have Googled.
He didn't Google it before.
But he knew he had our interview coming up.
No. But wait, he couldn't interview that stuff about your dad.
And that's how they make their money.
Well, yeah. No, there would be stuff. I would have talked about my dad.
I have this. So you know that I go and see this guy that's amazing here in Brisbane.
Jason?
Yes, he's
My
hard to
mum
get a
doesn't
booking.
like
So doesn't she? But I go on a fake name
Why?
because I want to.
See if he can work that out.
Oh, right. Didn't
That
he,
was your name from a past life.
Didn't he tell you that one of us was going to quit?
You
Yeah.
were going to quit, weren't you?
Yeah. Let's move on.
But that didn't come true.
No.
Well, what it didn't. He said one of us was going to quit. No one quit.
Yeah.
Oh, unless that one of you've tendered a resignation I don't know about just yet.
No, not me. I'm here for life.
You don't even have a contract. You're just here for fun.
The court
not
gave me
getting
the
paid.
contract.
13, 10, 60. Let's be honest here. What did you pay for where you're like, I can't believe I believed that. I fell for it. Maybe you've actually gone to see this guy. And what did he tell you and how much did you pay for?
All right. No judgment, by the way. Don't feel silly. We just want to hear about it. We'll take your calls next. At B105.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
I do like going to like a psychic or a some sort of reading or cleansing or healing.
I don't know if there's anything you haven't tried.
Oh, gosh, I like trying new things, new experiences. And I have gone to some, whether it is a ceremony or some healing, and then you leave and you go, oh, my God, why did I pay that much money? That's so embarrassing. I'm only going to tell all my friends.
That they should do it too.
No, and they're going to judge me. But still, I'm like, I deserve that. And this, I guess, has happened here in Brizzy. There is a local astrologer. Well, kind of. They've been going to see this healer, and a current affair caught up with them because people have paid thousands of dollars to be able to get these cleansing or some sort of healing, only to realise it really is a scam.
Or is it?
We want to know 13, 10, 60. What did you fall for?
Annika in Redland Bay. What'd you fall for, Annika?
So last year I went out to a dinner get together thing with my friend. We were at South Bank and we got a little bit too drunk. And then we're walking through South Bank, like they have the night markets, whatever. And I was feeling funny, and I was like, let's go see this psychic. Like, it'll be really, really funny. Told him my name, and he was telling me things that were happening in my life. He was like, you play a ball sport, there's a guy that, you're not sure about, saying that, I'd had childhood traumas, and me and my friend were sitting there like, oh my God, like, yeah, like, cool. Woke up the next morning and I was like, oh my God, like, that's such a scam. I just paid $110 for a 10-minute reading of stuff that he could literally say about anyone, and they're sitting there like, yeah, like, this is happening, and like feeding into him.
I know, because you never say no. Because then you think, oh, maybe, is there someone in your life that starts with an R? You're like, yeah.
Oh, like, yeah. Like 2 years ago, like, yeah.
Yes. How'd you know? Oh, a second letter R, but yeah.
Yeah.
$110.
$110 for 10 minutes. Yeah.
I reckon he's usually $20, but you were so sauced up.
He would be 110.
He's
That's
like,
what it.
I can charge her that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very interesting. So,
yeah, that's pretty good.
Woke up the next morning and just regretted everything. I was like, oh my God, like, I just fed into this guy, spent all my money.
To be fair, he told you were going to do that. So.
Yeah.
Do you play a ball sport?
Exactly.
Yeah, do you play it, Nettie?
I was around netball a lot, so there was like a ball involved, but I didn't play. I'd umpire, so.
Yeah, right. But see, here's the thing, though, especially with the current affair thing. How can you prove that he's not legit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I guess to
Like,
claim what he
he's not
can
doing
do.
anything wrong.
Yeah, but people have spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars, like over the total, and
People buy vitamins.
they're not real.
Have you read Choice?
You should see my weed.
Weed.
It's bright yellow. Must be
Have
doing
you
something.
read Choice?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you should.
Haven't read Choice magazine. Can't say I have.
I'll kick you my subscription.
Hey, Tammy.
Hey.
What's you're saying your dad isn't a scammer, but is a medium.
My father is a medium, and it runs through our bloodline. And what we do is we actually do not ask for questions.
Okay.
So he actually speaks to spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He asks no questions whatsoever, and he has gotten it right every time. So, Abby, we would love to give you a free reading.
Well, it's actually Matt that needs to have one because he...
And Tammy, I imagine these people, because let's face it, there are people out there that aren't legit, but that must annoy your father as someone who can do it,
yes.
Watching people get ripped off.
Look, I've had readings before. I'm gifted myself, but I focus more on the healing side. And to the degree that you can actually feel the heat come through my hands.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of Reiki?
No.
God,
No, that's different.
God, that's different.
And Maddie's a non-believer over there, so he's finding all this really hard. But
Okay,
Tammy,
so-
I don't understand if there's mediums, right?
Yep.
Why are often their life a mess? Like, they've got the answers up there. They can win money. They can work out.
Because we unfortunately don't get the pleasure of being told what's going to happen for us. There's such a thing as free will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
So Dad speaks to spirit.
Yes.
Okay? So they will bring in loved ones past and give messages to you. Your loved ones past are the ones who focus on your life as it is now. Okay?
Yeah.
So, and then you have your guides.
Yep.
Some guides are actually only focused on your spirit, on your soul, because we are literally made of energy.
Yeah.
And that is a known fact.
Maddie, do you have a question? Sorry, he's struggling, but
No.
he wants to be respectful.
Well, no, we are running out of time because we've got to get to the news. But no, I think if people believe in it, people can believe in whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's not up to me to believe in what other people believe in. So for me, I struggle with it a bit, but you do you, boo.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105. Stav, Abby and Matt are off to grab a bargain. And you can too with Chemist Warehouse. Stock up and save now with the Chemist Warehouse half-price cosmetic sale.